Hello everyone, it's Slay Buddha back here with another video on YouTube after a very long time, or not very, a few months I think. I do plan on being a bit more consistent with YouTube, so this will be the first video of many to come. I think maybe I'll release a video once every week. I'll try to do once every week, as much as I can. But yeah, we're back to making videos, and this time I'm not only gonna be doing trade breakdowns. I also want to go into specific questions. Like today, I'm gonna go over how to pick high probability order blocks. Okay, how people ask me all the time, how do I know which order block is going to hold price? Which one should I choose? There's like five different ones. I'll share my rules. I have five rules that I like to use before I choose an order block. Okay, and if the order block doesn't meet these rules, I don't use it. Okay. My old one-to-one students already know these rules, but yeah, this could just be to refresh your memory. I'm going to share with the rest of the world, whoever watches this video. Uh, yeah, let's get into it. Also, before we do get into it, I just want to say I'm not teaching. I'm not doing any one-to-one. I'm not teaching. I'm only going to be giving everything for free on YouTube in my own time. So when I have time and I feel like doing it, I'm just going to drop a video and just give everything away. I don't really want to teach anymore, so there's that. No mentorship, no course, no service. What else? Also, I want to grow my YouTube. I want to see how it's just like a challenge for myself to see like how well I can grow my YouTube by just teaching and giving away shit for free. So, with that being said, anything else I want to say? Yeah, let's get into it. Oh yeah, I'm not because I want to post more consistently on YouTube. That means my main focus is going to be YouTube and not Telegram or Instagram. So if you're trying to ask me any questions or you're trying to get in touch with me, it's probably best to do it in the YouTube comments, because I will reply the comments, all the comments. I'll answer all your questions. Like I said, I'm giving everything away. I'm not trying to like hide anything or keep things for any students because I don't have any more students or anything like that. So just if you have a question, leave it in the comments below. And if I feel like the question is worth a video, I'll probably just make a whole other video for it, you know. And if I feel the question needs to be, the answer rather to the question should be made more public, I'll probably answer it in the next video or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I do plan on being more consistent on YouTube, so leave comments or questions on YouTube if you want me to see them. Alright, let's get into the video. How to choose high probability order blocks. How many minutes are we in now? Just 2 minutes, okay? How to choose high probability order blocks. I have five rules I go by. The first four rules are completely necessary. The fifth rule is it's not always necessary, especially if it's for the setup. If it's for the setup, it's not always necessary because you can always you'll see why later on, but it's not always necessary. However, it is better confluence. Okay, I would say the fifth rule is best for entry. So these rules for order blocks can be used on high time frame, lower time frame, can be used on indices, can be used on forex. It's just it's a whole general thing of how to choose order blocks at any time frame. Okay. So we'll go into a bunch of different time frames here. But let's start with, for now, we're just going to use a daily to show an example here. I used to show this example for my swing course one-to-one, the swing one-to-one mentorship. Well, not mentorship, but the swing one-to-one. This is the example I like to show. Okay, so the first rule for picking OBs, or the blocks, levels of supply and demand, whatever the hell you want to call it, is that, okay, I'm just going to write this, is that you want to see a stop hunt. You want to see a stop hunt. That's the first rule. You want to see a grab of liquidity. Okay, you want to see a stop hunt. I think maybe in another video I might do how to differentiate between a stop hunt and BMS, because sometimes you might think this is a BMS but really it's a stop hunt. And otherwise, I'll just go over some things that are some patterns that you could use to stay in and out of a trade if you're not sure whether it's a good BMS or not. But anyway, you want to see a stop hunt before a break of structure. Okay, so those are the first rule is you want to see a stop hunt. The second one is you want to see a BMS, right? So stop hunt, BMS, RTO, those are like this is the base. I should say, for every setup or every like trade, right? You want to see a stop hunt, a grab of liquidity, and you want to see a break of structure. What has that done? This stop hunt and this BMS has validated any order block in this range for now, until we go over the other rules, right? Until we go over the other rules, this stop hunt means that something in this range is going to work to push price lower, to grab these lows, of course. Okay, so you want to see a stop hunt, you want to see a break of structure. Okay, stop hunt BMS here, and it's everywhere, right? Even here, this is also a stop hunt BMS, right? Because we had equal lows here, stop hunt BMS, we came back into this order block. Why this one and not this one? You'll see very soon. Why is this order block not valid? You know, if prices come back down, I'm not going to draw my zone like this. This is not an order block I'm looking to buy from. However, this one is an order block I'm looking to buy from. Okay. Okay, so stop on BMS. Let's just look for one more example of a stop on BMS. Maybe a recent example if you can find one. Here we have a slight stop hunt. Yeah, that's a raid. I think I'll also drop a raid video. Let me know if you guys want that too. Stop on BMS, we came back into this order block here, right? So you want to see a stop hunt, you want to see a break of structure. Always, 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 always. The third rule is premium and discount. Okay, so when you're choosing your order block and you have a range, okay, let's even just look at this range. We have this range to work with. We're going to pull out a fib, measure the 50%, which is here, this line, and you're never going to buy above this line. You want to buy below this line. You want to buy at low prices and sell at high prices. Okay, so if I'm looking for a buy, if I see the stop on BMS and I'm like, okay, I want to look for a buy, I'm never going to buy until we come below this line. Then I'll start looking for buy setups, buy opportunities, or POIs I know price could reverse from. But until we do that, all of this, I'm not interested in buying. Not interested in buying anywhere down here. Okay, maybe on a lower time frame as a scalper, of course you can look for buys, but I'm just generally using this time frame just right now. Let's not get into time frames yet. Using this time frame right now, I do not want to look for any buys above this line, above the 50% line. I don't want to buy in premium. Okay, let's look at this example. This one here. Stop on BMS. Let's pull out our fib from this high. Now the first low you're going to pull it out to is here, assuming that this hasn't happened yet. So let's say we're just looking at the screen like this, right? We pull it out from this high to this low because that's the high and low that broke the structure and grabbed liquidity, right? So we pull it out from here to here. Price does not come back into premium. So on this daily time frame, assuming maybe you're a swing trader or something, I would not be looking to sell here. This sell I'm not taking. This is actually inducement, but we'll go into that later on. This sell is not interesting to me. Okay. And then we make another low, so we pull it out from here. Now this is our new range. Now I can start to look for sell opportunities above this 50% line. Okay, above this 50% line, right? So anything, I'm not, all these sells here, 1, 2, 3, I'm not taking any sell here. Why am I selling here? It's not interesting to me. I want to sell in premium above the 50% level. Okay, so that's the third rule. Let's see if we can find, let's go to the example down there and just use the same concept. Same thing here. We have this high that grabbed the liquidity and broke structure here. We pull out our fib. Okay, I am not selling below this line. I'm selling above this line, above it. Sometimes price taps to 50% and drops. That's okay too. If the 50% line is in line with a POI, if it's in line with an order block, and you see confirmation and it makes sense to you, you can take the trade. But if it's below the 50% line and there's an order block there, I'm not looking to sell from there. So if there's an order block here, I wouldn't sell. But see, this order block is above the 50%, so it's valid. This order block is above the 50%, so it's valid. Okay? So premium discount, very, very important when you're choosing your POI. At the end, after I give all my rules, we're gonna look at a proper top-down and look at how we could utilize these rules. The fourth one is FVG, imbalance, inefficient pricing. So many names for it, right? What else do they call it? Gaps. gaps, fair value gaps, imbalance, inefficient pricing, whatever you want to call it. I want to see an imbalance where my order block is. Okay. I have two ways to draw my imbalance. I don't know if I should go through it in this video, but I mean, it's just obvious imbalances you can see. For instance, here, let's start with this one for the buys. The reason why I'm not picking this order block is because there's no imbalance. After we break the structure, you can see price already came down, tapped into it, and flew. There's no imbalance here for me to start looking for a buy when price comes back down here. No imbalance whatsoever, so I'm not interested in this order block. However, this order block actually has an imbalance. It's not very clear now, but if I zoom in, you can see how from here to this wick, it's a very small imbalance. The size does not matter. Okay, the size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. All the men out there. Anyway, let's not get distracted. So this is the imbalance here. It's not obvious on the daily time frame. I mean, if you zoom out rather, but there is an imbalance here that validates this order block, meaning that I can expect price to fill the imbalance and possibly reverse from here because this order block has grabbed liquidity, it has broken structure, it's in discount pricing, and we have that imbalance. Okay, what can you do if you're not sure? Just go to the 8-hour. If it's not very clean on the daily, you can go to the 8-hour, and you can see there's an obvious imbalance right here. Let me draw the imbalance. So if you want to further refine your order block, you can use this one here because it has this imbalance to validate that price is going to fill it and reverse from here. Okay, so that's exactly what price did. If I draw the order block, you can see we came back into here. Oops, wrong one. We came back into this order block and then we reversed. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's go on back to the daily for now. So stop hunt, break of structure. Let's pull out the fib. We want to sell above this 50% line, right? So now there are two POIs with an imbalance. You can see we have this one right here, and we have this order block here. Where is the imbalance here? I'll just pause for like 10 seconds. Where is the imbalance? Right here. Right here. You can see how price did come back into this imbalance, but we didn't fill the whole thing. We didn't fill the whole thing here, so I'm already expecting this high to get taken out as we go higher. So this imbalance here validates this order block, not this imbalance, this one. Okay. The way I like to describe it to my students, my old students, is that either the order block itself has the imbalance, like in this case, the imbalance would be right here. So the candle next to the order block is the one that has too much selling pressure. Candle right next to the order block is where the imbalance is formed, or the second candle from the order block has the imbalance. So not this candle that has the gap, but this candle 1, 2, the second one from the order block has the imbalance. Okay, so that might be a bit confusing. Let's look at more examples. Let's go back to this one. Okay, for instance, stop hunt BMS, right? Where is the order block? Or rather, let's say where is the imbalance? We have one right here. That's an imbalance. Just join the imbalance, guys. Not same price is going to reverse from here. This is the order block we're looking at. The candle, the second candle after the order block has the imbalance. If that makes sense. Okay. In this case, this is the order block here. This up candle before the down move. Where is the imbalance? Here. Although I would probably even call this the order block, to be honest. This one right here. This indecision candle. And this will be the imbalance here. Let's just look at more examples. We'll find on the daily. This is an order block, right? Where's the imbalance? Right here. The price came back into the order block, right at the bottom, and reverse. Okay, so stop on BMS, premium discount, fair value gap, imbalance, whatever you want to call it. Those are the 4 necessary rules for all the time frames. all the time frames. This one didn't work out. Why? Because, well, this high didn't necessarily take out liquidity. Not as clean as this one anyway. I'm not saying it's sometimes this doesn't work. You know, if you look at this one here, instead of price coming back all the way here, we came back into here, right? So into this order block and reverse. Right here. But why? Okay, so why this order block and why not this one? This is, first of all, there's no imbalance here. Second of all, this is not in premium. If you're pulling out a trade from the high to the low, we didn't even come back into premium of the range. So I don't think I'll take this. I wouldn't looking. I'll be expecting price push up a little bit higher and reverse. Sticking to the daily time frame, of course, on the 4-hour time frame, the range will be different. Let's check the 4-hour, and this is where different time frames come in, and you figure out what's best for you depending on your style of trading. But pull out from the high to the very low. I'm not selling here. If you pull out the fib from here to here, price didn't pull back to 50%, so I'm not interested in taking this sell. I'm just going to wait, extend my fib, and when price comes back to the 50%, I'll be looking for areas where price will sell from. I'm not saying I'm going to sell off the 50%, although if confirmation was given, we took out this high into the 50%, we could get a good intraday sell. But when price comes back above the 50% and there's a POI, this daily order block I'm interested in, then I can look for the sell. Of course, going in line with the high time frame direction and blah 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 blah. Direction is a whole different video. Okay, so let's go into the fifth rule now. Okay, the fifth rule, which is mainly necessary for entries, not that necessary for higher time frame, although it is good confluence, is you want to see inducement, liquidity inducement. People can ask me, what the hell is that? Everyone has been screaming liquidity inducement. Lip traders collecting $1,000 for people to teach them liquidity inducement. Oh my god. Anyway, let me not make fun of anyone here. Let's clean the whole chart up. Liquidity inducement. What do I mean? So the reason why this sell didn't work out, this one here, is because this is liquidity for this order block, meaning price is going to take out this high into the order block. Everyone with buy stops buying will then be taken out when we reverse. Why is this a very good area reversal? This is also a break and retest zone, right? Break and retest. We broke structure. What are retail traders doing? They're selling. Where the stop losses? Here. Their stop losses are above structure or break even or wherever it is. It's around here. So then we know we are hunting those stop losses that are here, which is why selling from here is low probability. Okay? Inducement, which has now made this sell from this order block valid because we also grabbed liquidity. We also broke structure. You can even call this the break, whichever one is fine. These two. Let me just use this one. We have premium pricing in this order block because we're above the 50%. Of course, this is like what 0.8 or something on the fifth. We're above 50%. It has this imbalance here. Too many colors on the screen, but I'll just try it out. We have this imbalance here, and to top it all off, we have this break and retest inducement right here. Okay, so the 5 rules are met, and then you can go to lower time frame and start to look for your entry. Okay, let's look at more. These are just for the setups. Yeah, let's look at more recent price action now. Let's look at more recent price action. Okay, maybe we can go to the 1 hour time frame. So let's go to a lower time frame and see what is happening here. Okay, this is where we're at. I don't really like last week's price action. It was very meh. London was good though, but I don't trade London. New York was just, I don't know, it wasn't very clean for me. Okay, so this would be a counter trend trade, this buy, but we're just looking, we're not going into direction right now, we're just looking at ways you can choose high probability order blocks. You have a stop hunt, you have the breakout structure, you can use this one as well, whichever one is fine, don't overcomplicate it. Are we in premium discount? So let's pull out the flip from the low to the high of the range. This is our range that we're working with. We pull back into discount. Sweet. So this is discount pricing. You can remove that. Is there an imbalance? Of course, we have this imbalance here. The price fully filled the gap here. Is there inducement? For I'm talking about this order block, by the way, in case you didn't catch that. Is there inducement? I'll call this inducement. Is that Asian range? Let's see. Oh, lovely. Asian range. Asian low got taken out into this order block. This order block in this range that took out liquidity and broke structure and has the imbalance in discount pricing. See how all those confluences come together? And then you can start to look for your confirmation. So now let's even go further. This is back in August. I don't know if I can use it. Let's use the maybe 3-minute time frame. Can we use 3 minutes? Okay, you can use 3-minute time frame. So now let's look for the confirmation. We're looking for the exact same thing, right? We come into the zone, we tap into it here, we break structure. If you do decide to take a buy of this order block, you take a loss after this break. I'm guessing this is a 1-minute break. Nowadays, I don't really use 1-minute time frame. I prefer 3, 5, 15 for entries, mainly 3, 5. But we come back down. Where's the stop hunt? We're waiting for the stop hunt. We have a stop hunt. Where's the break of structure? We have a break. I'm assuming a 1-minute break. Wait, let me see if I can use that. Oh, I can. I can use 1-minute time frame. Sweet. Okay. I thought I wouldn't be able to use it. Where are you going, sir? Okay. So the first touch here, if you do decide to buy from somewhere here, price will take you out. Whatever, that happens. Now we have a stop hunt. We have a break. Okay, let's use the same concept for our buys. In fact, this would be a loss too because price did another madness and you'll be taken out. Was there news or something this day? Some madness. August is a weird month, to be honest. Alright, you would be stopped out twice from here if you use the 1-minute time frame. I didn't want to go into it in this video because that's a whole different video if you guys want me to do a video. But for me in particular, that break of structure isn't good confluence for me because the candle, it was the wick of the candle that broke the structure. So for instance, if you look here, we didn't really have a nice body candle close. So I personally wouldn't take this buy, following my rules, because I want to see a nice body breaking out of structure. But some people do, which is why I wanted to show the example. But this would maybe be a loss depending on your stop loss placement. See how we just, less than a pip, we kind of, maybe it's just this broker, I don't know, but we kind of take out the liquidity too. Okay, so let's skip this example because it's not very clear, it's not very clean. I don't want to confuse people and like, what? But that one didn't work. I'm not saying this works all the time, by the way, guys. You're gonna take losses. You're gonna take many losses. But these are just ways to filter out the noise. You know, you see like 5 different up candles before the down move. Like, which one do I choose? Very confusing. Let's see. August. Trying to find a clean example on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, let's use this. Alright, so I'm looking for something in New York session because that's what I trade. I have to look at the 15-minute time frame or something. Ooh. All right, so let's look at this one right here. So it's like a 4-hour time frame. I think it's clean again. All right, so why did price pull back into this order block here? Why did price pull back into here? Firstly, we have the stop points here. Okay, we have the break of structure with the body of a candle here. Let's pull out the fib. For me, you could use this low to this high. I might use this one. Either one is correct. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't say why did I choose this one or this one. It's not a big deal. Whichever one you want to use, it's both in the 50% price. Both came below the 50%, right? So I would just rather use this one because I'm not expecting price to go below this low anymore. On a lower time frame, this would be another stop on BMS here. So I'm not expecting price to go below this low. That's why I would use that one. But either way, it's correct because price still came here into the 50%. So we have a stop on, we have a break of structure. We have price going below the 50%. Is there an imbalance? Where's the imbalance? Right here. Okay, I'll just draw it out for you guys. We have that imbalance there. That validates price reversing from here after rebalancing. And we have that reversal. Okay, maybe this is news. Now let's see if there's an entry on this trade on a lower time frame. Maybe you can look at EU2 and just how long is it? I don't want to make the video too long. Okay, 26 minutes. Okay, that's not long. I really thought this video was gonna be like an hour or something. Okay. Okay, I don't think I can go to the 1 minute time frame here. But for me, the clean break would be here. For me. I believe this was news. I could be wrong. I believe it's news. This is probably another clean break on a 1 minute time frame. Right? So we have this break of structure. Again, on the 1 minute time frame, this would be the stop hunts. Break of structure. Although the body of the candle did close. That's good. Stop hunts. Break of structure. I mean, the only order block you can see is here, right? It's the only order block you can see here. And it has a very little imbalance. Can you see this imbalance? That is why this is a good probability area. Now, in the 1 minute time frame, this could be some kind of inducement. This low could be inducement on the 1 minute time frame, but I can't see the 1 minute time frame, so I don't know. Let's choose another pair. Let's choose like EU. Alright, let's look at EU. Maybe I should look at some London session because London session last week was actually pretty clean in my opinion. I'm trying to see a bad example of an order block that you shouldn't use. I don't know. But I'm so used to seeing like order blocks with my rules that it's hard for me to like immediately pinpoint. Okay, let's look at I don't even know. Okay, let's say this order block, this down candle here, before the open that broke the structure. There's no imbalance here. Price already through the imbalance. I'm not buying from there. Although it worked out, there's probably some lower time frame order block, but I wouldn't be buying from there unless there's something on lower time frame. I'm trying to find a bad example. Why is this hard to find? Trying to see something that price disrespected. Okay, for instance, here, some people might want to buy from here. First of all, where's the stop hunt? Secondly, there was no break, right? There's no stop hunt. Maybe on lower time frame here, there might be something, but where's the break? Lower time frame here, there might be something, but let's stick to the 1 hour. There's no break, there's no stop hunt. There is an imbalance, yes, but there's nothing else telling me that we're going to go higher. There's no break of structure, so there's no intent to go higher. So why are you buying from here? Okay, yeah, that was a good example. Let's look for more examples. Same thing here. Okay, let's see. We have this order book here, right? Why did price fly through it? Because there's no imbalance. There's no imbalance here. See all these wicks filling up all the, but there's no imbalance to sell from here. So why are you selling from here? And price just flew above and came to the imbalance here in reverse. Okay. Why is this order block a good order block here? Why is this a good order block? Because we have Okay, there isn't really a clean. The stop hunt will be here, and the break will be here. So this is a stop hunt. This high didn't take out the stop hunt, but listen, hear me out. But we came back and already mitigated from here. So there's no reason why price should go above here because we've already come back into premium pricing, sold off, and broken structure. Okay. So stop hunt, BMS, lovely imbalance here, pull back into here. Again, like I said, for setups, you don't really need the inducements because, for instance, if I'm looking at it this way, right, and I'm like, okay, I want to sell from here, there's no real inducement. I don't really call this inducement because it's not very close. But then price comes back up and takes out this high again in London session, right? In London session, we take out this high into the order block. So this was the inducement for this order block inside here. So there might be a better refinement even for here. Let's see the 10-minute. Although I personally don't like to refine lower than 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I don't want to go lower than that. But this is now the liquidity that got taken out into the order block. So sometimes the inducement happens inside the order block, which is why for the setup you don't necessarily have to have it there. But let's see if we can get an entry. So I can show you on the lower time frame. Oh, this is a good example. Okay, so we take out this high, and then we come up. We take out this high again. London starts from 2 New York time. So this is when London session starts. So I'm not even selling. I'm not looking for a trade until London session opens. We have another stop hunt, and then what we have a nice break of structure. Now, which order block am I going to sell from? Okay. Where are you selling from? From this high to this low, we have a stop hunt, we have a BMS. Let's look at where premium pricing is. Pull out our fib. You're not selling anywhere below this line. You're selling above this line. Now we have this OB, we have this OB. Why is this order block not valid? This one here. Because there's no imbalance here. There's an imbalance here, but look, you either want this candle to have the imbalance or you want this candle to have the imbalance. One of these two. And none of them have the imbalance. So I'm not selling from here. I'm waiting for price to come back into this one because this one has the imbalance here. Price didn't fill the imbalance this time. We have the imbalance here, if you can see it. And now we have these two highs that serve as liquidity. That's why I say for entries, especially, inducement is best for if you want precision. Okay, I'm not saying you have to have it, but if you want precision, then it's best to look for the inducement and then you can pick the order block above it. And this will be your entry here. Stop loss somewhere there. A tight stop loss will be here, of course. Safe stop loss here, but you can have your stop loss above here if you want to. I personally, nowadays, I don't have my stop loss up just above here because price could come into something this week. You don't know. But the way I used to trade in a lot of my videos, you would see that my stop loss would be here. And then you can target this low here or this low here. And that'll be a trade. That's a good example. I'll show one more example and then we can just call it a day. If you have any questions after, feel free to leave a question. This is back in July. Let's go to like June-ish. Again, I'm not regarding direction in this video because that's a whole different video for me, but I'm just looking at which order blocks are holding, which one don't hold. Some of them don't hold because your direction is wrong as well. So if we're bearish and you're looking for buys, you're trying to catch the bottom, of course there's a less chance of you getting a good trade or getting a win if it's a counter trend trade. You also have to understand direction. Okay, I can't find like a clean. Okay, for instance, let's just look at this one for the sake of it. Why is this order block here not valid? This one here. Yes, you can see, okay, we grabbed liquidity, we broke structure here, we have this inducement. Oh, it looks like a perfect setup. Why didn't it hold price? Let's, excuse the fact that this is also not in the kill zone. Let's just ignore that for now. But as you can see here, there's no imbalance. The imbalance here was already filled at this point. When the wick of this candle came down, we already filled the gap. So there's no reason for me to start looking for buys here because there's no prices rebalanced and fill the whole gap with this wick. Okay. Let me see one more example with a good entry. Mm, Come on, EU, show me something. I could go to like a 15-minute and 5 more setups, but let's just stick to the 1 hour. 1 hour time frame. Wow, I'm spending so much time just scrolling. Feel free to fast forward. Just trying to find something very clean, so it won't be too confusing. All right, let's just look into silence. I'm all the way back in April. Okay, so sometimes if you don't see an order block on the 1 hour with the imbalance, you can go to like a 4 hour. Of course, check different time frames because it'll look different on a different time frame. Of course, doesn't need to be said, but why can't I find anything? Am I just blind? Am I blind here, guys? I'm just wasting time. I don't really plan these videos. Alright, let's just do this one. I didn't want to do this one because it's a hidden base, but let's just do it anyway. Maybe on a 30-minute might be another block. Yo, it's a perfect order block on the 30-minute. Okay, so hidden bases are basically just order blocks on another time frame, guys. So here we have a stop hunt. Did this stop hunt cause an immediate break of structure? No. So for me, I'm not taking this buy. On a lower time frame, 15-minute, yes, we broke structure, yes, yes, yes. But me personally, if we just stick to the 30-minute, this is what I want to see get broken, right? Or this one that was formed, and then we break this structure. We also break this one. Also, there's no imbalance here. Perhaps in a lower time frame, yes, it's an imbalance and a 15-minute break where you can take this buy, of course. But let's just look at this time frame for now. So now we have a stop point. Now we finally break out of that structure. Okay, what are the rules? After that, you want to look for discount pricing. So from this high to this low, from this low to this high, you only want to buy from below this 50% line. Okay, so you're looking for order blocks below this 50% line. Okay, next thing you're looking, which one has an imbalance? Okay, this one has an imbalance right here. This order block has imbalance. The balance, you can see there's an imbalance here. I'll just draw it up for the sake of this video. So we have this imbalance. This order block is also valid. Why? Because we have this imbalance. The second candle is the one that has the imbalance, right? So we can draw out this order block. And after that, it's just to wait for the confirmation to tell you which one price you're going to react off of, and to also you're also waiting for kill zones. So if price is in this one, in the kill zone, then most likely we're reversing from here. Or if price is around this one. But if you come to the charts and price is down here, then you can expect us to fly from here, given that, of course, your direction everything is correct. Okay, so let's get the entry. You can only use a 5-minute time frame because this is June. But we first touch it here. I believe on a 3-minute, this is a clean break. I mean, it looks like a clean break here too. But on a 1-minute, 3-minute, it's a very nice clean break with displacement velocity. Yeah, we have a graph of this low, break of structure, waiting again for discount pricing. We tap into discount pricing here. What do we have around here? We have this is another like hidden indecision candle, hidden base kind of thing. This would be my buy. Stop loss below here. Okay. Why not this order block here? Where is the imbalance? I don't want the third candle to have imbalance. I want either the candle, the order block, the candle next to the order block, or the second candle here to have the imbalance. And none of them have the imbalance. This is the only imbalance I can see here, which is for this hidden base candle. And that's where price reacted off. You can put your stop loss below here or a safe stop loss here and take it higher for buys. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful. Please backtest those rules that I've pointed out for you. Sorry it took a long time for me just trying to find clean setups. But yeah, I hope this is a good video for you guys to figure out how to choose your order blocks, which ones are high probability, which ones you should stay away from. Remember the rules, backtest, forward test, blah, blah, blah. Have a nice day. Have a nice, great week ahead. Leave a comment below if you have a question. And hopefully next week I'll drop another video, maybe on raids, maybe on, if you want me to expand on something further in this um, in this video, you can let me know in the comments. Sometimes I do random like Zoom calls in my Telegram journal, my Telegram channel. So it's very random. It's usually on the weekends, very random. I'm like, oh, I have free time today. Let's do a call or something. So just stay tuned for that. It's for free as well. Maybe I might. No, I don't think I'm gonna do one today, but maybe next week or something. Anyway, yeah. Peace out, guys. Love you. Safe trading.